What's up, everybody? Today, we're diving into the top 10 worst towns to live in Florida for 2025. We've spent weeks digging into crime rates, job markets, poverty levels, and what locals are saying. This is all about the facts. Let's get into it. Number 10 on our list is Palatka, a small city nestled along the winding banks of the St. Johns River in northeastern Florida. At first glance, Palatka might seem like a peaceful riverside community, but beneath the surface, the city faces some serious challenges that have earned it a tough reputation over the years. Known as the Gem City of the St. Johns, Palatka's history is deeply tied to the river, which once brought prosperity and commerce. Today, however, the city is more often recognized for its struggles than its scenic views. Crime rates in Palatka are alarmingly high, with violent crime far surpassing both state and national averages. Residents often express concern about safety, and the local police force is stretched thin trying to keep up with the challenges. Property crime is also a persistent issue, making it difficult for families and businesses to feel secure. The economic situation here is tough. The job market is limited, with few opportunities for stable, well-paying work. Many of the factories and businesses that once provided employment have closed their doors, leaving residents to search for jobs elsewhere. The median household income in Palatka is significantly lower than the Florida average, and unemployment remains a constant worry for many families. As a result, abandoned buildings and empty storefronts are a common sight throughout the city. Many residents are forced to commute long distances to find work, adding to the daily stress and strain on families. The sense of decline is hard to ignore, and it weighs heavily on the community's spirit. Education is another area where Palatka faces significant hurdles. Local schools struggle with low ratings and limited resources, making it difficult for students to get the support they need. For families hoping to build a better future, the lack of strong educational opportunities is a major concern. There are efforts underway to revitalize downtown and breathe new life into the city. Community leaders and residents are working hard to attract new businesses and improve public spaces. However, the broader economic and social issues are deeply rooted, and progress is slow. The cycle of poverty is difficult to break. Opportunities for advancement are scarce, and many families find themselves stuck in a difficult situation with few options for upward mobility. The lack of reliable public transportation and affordable housing only adds to the challenges. Despite all these struggles, Palatka is still blessed with natural beauty. The St. Johns River offers stunning views and recreational opportunities, and the city's parks have the potential to be vibrant community spaces. But high crime, a struggling economy, and limited prospects continue to overshadow these assets. Palatka is a town with real potential, and many residents are proud of their community and hopeful for change. But right now, it's fighting an uphill battle against forces that have been building for decades. Still, there's a sense of resilience here. The people of Palatka haven't given up. With continued effort and investment, there's hope that this river city can one day turn the tide and reclaim its former glory. Here's hoping things turn around for Palatka. Number 9 on our list is Opa-locka, a city that has become infamous not just in Florida, but across the nation for its persistent crime and deep-rooted corruption. Once envisioned as a unique and vibrant community, Opa-locka now faces challenges that seem almost insurmountable. Violent crime rates here are among the highest in the country. Residents live with a constant sense of unease, never knowing when the next incident might occur. For many families, simple activities like walking to the store or letting their children play outside come with a sense of risk that most Americans can't imagine. Years of government corruption have eroded public trust and crippled basic city services. Scandals involving city officials have made headlines time and again, leaving residents feeling abandoned by those meant to serve them. The lack of accountability has only deepened the city's problems. The unemployment rate in Opa-locka is double the national average, and poverty is widespread. Many families struggle to make ends meet, and opportunities for upward mobility are few and far between. The cycle of poverty is hard to break when jobs are scarce and hope is in short supply. Infrastructure is crumbling all around, roads are riddled with potholes, sidewalks are cracked, and water mains frequently break, leaving entire neighborhoods without reliable access to clean water. Even public safety services are stretched thin, making emergency response times dangerously slow. With so few businesses left, job opportunities are almost non-existent. This lack of economic activity fuels a cycle of despair as residents see little chance for improvement or investment in their community. Despite its unique Moorish-inspired architecture and rich cultural history, Opa-locka is now in a state of emergency. The city's once beautiful buildings are falling into disrepair, and the sense of pride that once defined the community has been replaced by frustration and fear. Extreme crime, political dysfunction, and widespread poverty make daily life here incredibly tough. For many, the struggle is not just to survive, but to hold on to hope for a better future. Opa-locka stands as a stark reminder that some communities get left behind, and that real change requires more than just promises. It demands action, investment, and a commitment to rebuilding from the ground up. At number 8, Belle Glade sits on Lake Okeechobee facing deep-rooted challenges. Poverty rates are among the highest in Florida, with many families struggling year-round. The economy relies on seasonal agriculture, so jobs disappear when harvest ends. Schools are under-resourced and rated poorly, making it hard for kids to break the cycle. Healthcare and shopping options are limited, and amenities are few. The town feels isolated despite being in wealthy Palm Beach County. Belle Glade's natural beauty is overshadowed by poverty and limited opportunity. The struggle is real and ongoing for residents. That's why Belle Glade lands at number 8. Number 7 is Lake City, the so-called gateway to Florida. Crime rates are high for its size, making safety a concern. The job market is weak, with low wages and few opportunities for advancement. Many families are just scraping by, and economic stagnation is obvious. Entertainment and amenities are lacking, so young people often leave for bigger cities. Downtown has potential but struggles with vacant storefronts and decline. Local efforts to improve exist, but challenges remain steep. For many, Lake City feels more like a dead end than a gateway. It's a tough reality for a town with a friendly reputation. Number 6 is Pahokee, another Lake Okeechobee town hit hard by poverty. The job market is almost non-existent outside of seasonal farm work. When harvest ends, unemployment spikes and families struggle to survive. Schools are underfunded and among the lowest rated in the state. Access to fresh food and healthcare is limited, and the town is considered a food desert. Recreational options are scarce, adding to the sense of isolation. Extreme poverty and lack of resources create a perfect storm of hardship. The community is resilient, but the challenges are overwhelming. That's why Pahokee is number 6. Number 5 on our list is Florida City, a place often known as the last stop before the famous Florida Keys. While many travelers pass through on their way to paradise, few realize the real challenges faced by the people who call this city home. For many residents, Florida City is a tough place to live, marked by daily struggles that go far beyond what tourists see from their car windows. Crime rates here are among the highest in the entire state of Florida. Violent incidents and property crimes are unfortunately common, making safety a constant concern for families and individuals alike. Many residents worry about their children walking to school or playing outside, and the heavy police presence is a daily reminder of the city's ongoing struggles with crime. The city's transient population, with many people living in motels or temporary housing, adds to the instability. Most jobs available are low-wage, often seasonal, and offer little security. Building a sense of community is difficult when so many are just passing through or struggling to make ends meet. Housing is often substandard, with many apartments and homes in disrepair. Many residents face poor living conditions, dealing with issues like leaky roofs, mold, and overcrowding. For families, these conditions can make daily life even more challenging. The local economy relies heavily on tourism and agriculture. While tourists bring money to the area, most of it doesn't reach the people who need it most. Agricultural work is hard, seasonal, and often pays very little. Many jobs are unstable, and unemployment is a constant threat. Poverty rates are high, and for many, the dream of a better life feels out of reach. Opportunities for advancement are few and far between, leaving many residents stuck in a cycle of low-paying work and financial insecurity. Despite its prime location at the gateway to the Keys, Florida City continues to struggle with crime, inadequate housing, and economic instability. The contrast between the city's challenges and the nearby tourist paradise is stark. For many, Florida City is just a pit stop on the way to somewhere better. But for those who live here, it's a daily battle to overcome the odds. It may be surrounded by palm trees and blue skies, but life here is anything but easy. The struggles are real, and the hope for change is what keeps many going. That's why Florida City lands at number 5 on our list, a place where the road to paradise begins, but for many, the journey is just as tough as the destination. Number 4 is Immokalee, Collier County's agricultural heart, and one of its poorest communities. The economy is almost entirely dependent on low-wage, seasonal farm work. Many residents live in deep poverty, working long hours but barely getting by. Healthcare access is limited, with few clinics and long waits for care. Housing is overcrowded and often unsafe, with multiple families sharing small spaces. The housing crisis is a direct result of the low-wage economy. Despite hard work, residents get little in return. Immokalee's struggles are stark, especially compared to nearby Naples. That's why it's number 4. Number 3 is Daytona Beach, famous for fun but tough for residents. Crime rates are high, especially away from the tourist areas. The economy relies on tourism, so jobs are seasonal and low-paying. Many neighborhoods are run down with abandoned buildings and visible poverty. The party atmosphere can be a nightmare for locals, with noise and chaos during big events. Homelessness and drug issues are common, making it hard to raise a family. The contrast between tourist glitz and local struggle is stark. Daytona Beach's dark side lands it at number 3. Number 2 is Homestead, south of Miami and right in Hurricane Alley. The city is highly vulnerable to storms, making homeownership risky. Crime rates remain high and safety is a big concern. Rapid population growth has led to severe traffic congestion and strained infrastructure. Many residents commute to Miami for work, adding to the daily grind. The local job market is focused on agriculture and retail, low-wage and unstable. Poverty is above the state average, and families struggle to get ahead. Homestead's affordability comes with serious drawbacks. That's why it's our runner-up. And number 1 is Cocoa, on the Space Coast. Despite its location, Cocoa faces sky-high crime rates and a declining economy. Good jobs are scarce, unemployment is high, and incomes are low. The downtown area is full of vacant buildings and infrastructure is crumbling. Schools are poorly rated, driving families and young people away. The city suffers from a brain drain, losing its future potential. There are few positive outlets for youth, and hope is in short supply. Cocoa's combination of crime, poverty, and decay makes it the toughest place to live in Florida. That's why it tops our list. That's our list of the top 10 worst towns to live in Florida for 2025. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep making videos like this. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you lived in or visited any of these towns? Do you agree with our list? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading as many as I can. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there.